Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I want to talk about Worlds again. Surprise, surprise. It's been a lot of what I've been thinking about recently, and I wanted to take today to kind of do a mid-groups breakdown and talk about how I think the rest of group stage might turn out, and additionally how I think the rest of the tournament might pan out. So obviously, Western teams are not doing so hot. I alluded as much in my last podcast on Friday, and the rest of the weekend didn't really help them out any further. I believe they're all still doing pretty badly, but there is still a chance for all three North American seeds to make it out of the group stage. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first group, Group A. Obviously, SKT is 3-0 at this point. They're gonna go. No surprise there. We shouldn't really have expected anything different. EDG was the one hope that we had that SKT might not be the first seed out of the group at the very least, but EDG have kind of collapsed this year. They just have not looked good at all, and it's showing in their 0-3 record. And so because EDG aren't doing as well as I thought, that means that Cloud9 has had the opportunity to rise to second place in Group B, and assuming that EDG continues to be bad and Cloud9 are able to at least beat AHQ, they should be able to make it to the bracket. AHQ have not been as good. They've been about the same as I kind of expected, as they've kind of historically been. So that's right about the 1 and 2 record is right about where I'd put them. I don't expect them to go any further than they currently are, but you never know. They may have the opportunity to upset Cloud9 if they are able to take the victory over them. Moving on to Group B, as that's a little bit more interesting to talk about, Longshu Gaming are clearing away the favorite. Again, the Korean seed absolutely annihilating the competition, showing up big, and are pretty much guaranteed to go just based on the strength of the rest of the group, if you really consider it. There's no way anyone is going to beat Longshu Gaming, not as strong as they've shown themselves to be. Immortals are sitting in the second place, which is also what I expected. Between Immortals and Fnatic, Immortals are definitely the stronger team. They're from a stronger region, they have a better roster, and they've proven to be pretty good in international tournaments so far. Fnatic obviously were completely destroyed during Rift Rivals this year. Their strategies just did not pan out at all against their North American competition, and it looks like that's kind of happening this year as well. They did, however, lose to Gigabyte Marines as well, which is not something I expected at all. That's really disappointing as well, because I am a Fnatic fan, but it's what happens when they go internationally and you don't respect your opponents. Gigabyte Marines have proven that they have been quite good, in fact, especially for a non-major region, and they definitely deserve their spot in the group. Now, they are 1 and 2. I don't expect Gigabyte Marines to go, but there is the opportunity for them to upset Immortals and force a playoff. That is a possibility for them to do. I don't expect it, but it's possible. Next up, we go on to Group C. This is another group of death. Obviously, one of the two teams between Royal and Samsung Galaxy were going to go. Interestingly enough, though, it's Royal Never Give Up. They are apparently much better than Samsung Galaxy. They were able to beat them in their first playoff, so they sit atop the group at 3-0. Now, I do feel like Royal Never Give Up are probably one of the stronger teams in the group. Obviously, they beat Samsung Galaxy. Either that or Samsung Galaxy is considerably weaker than they were last year. Samsung Galaxy, though, are still quite good. I don't know if they necessarily have what it takes to go the distance. I know they did play SKT, and they forced SKT to 5 games, but I honestly am hoping that Royal Never Give Up are seeded early against SKT in the tournament, because I feel like they might be able to give them a better run for their money. Royal almost always makes the bracket, they almost always play SKT, and they almost always lose, so we'll have to see how it ends up panning out this year for them. The other two teams in the group are not really that likely to go. G2 Esports, once again, are kind of collapsing internationally. But to be fair, they're against really, really good competition in that group, and it's kind of what I expected from them. Meanwhile, 1907 Fenerbahce is doing pretty much what everyone expected the wild card seed to do. There are no Gigabyte Marines, despite how well they were able to play, but just the fact that they had to go 4 games against Team 1 kind of shows that they're not really ready for this level of competition quite yet. Finally, we have Group D, the group of life. Any of these teams could have gone, and any of these teams can technically still go. Even Flash Wolves, who are sitting at the bottom of the standings at 0-3, they're playing pretty terribly this year, but it's what you can expect, because this is the weakest iteration of the Flash Wolves we've ever seen, like I was saying in my previous podcast, and they're just not from a very strong region in the first place, so this is exactly what I would kind of expect from them, unfortunately, and I was hoping that they were going to do at least a little bit better, but it's clear that they aren't able to overcome those roster deficiencies quite yet, not even against Misfits, who are actually doing better than I expected. Now they are 2-1, which is not what I expected at all. I really thought Misfits were going to be another team that everybody loses to or wins against, but they're doing quite well. They picked up 2 wins, and this is their first outing at Worlds too. So it's actually cause for pride, I think, for European fans to know that the newbies have the potential to make it out of the bracket. Now, I honestly kind of don't want them to make it out of the bracket because I don't think they can beat any of the Korean or Chinese teams, but I do think that their placement even thus far is quite good. Meanwhile, you have TSM and World Elite, which I think are the 2 teams most likely to make it out. They're both also sitting at 2-1. TSM have played quite well, but they've also got themselves a very easy group to play against. Obviously, Misfits and Flash Wolves being bad this year, that gives them a pretty stacked deck towards making it out of the group. Now, it's not a sure thing. They do still have to actually play and win and get the record that they want, but they do have a better chance of doing it, I think, than Misfits, and I think they also have the chance to perform better in the bracket if they do actually make it out. World Elite, I feel, is the same way. They're just about on par with where TSM is at, maybe a little bit better, and I would expect them to be able to possibly make it out as well. I think they're quite good. They're quite good. Again, though, I don't know if they're going to be able to stand up to the other Chinese or Korean teams, but we'll see. They do play in the same group, in the same region as Royal Never Give Up. Maybe they picked up some tricks. So to recap, Group A, I do believe it'll be SK Telecom, T1, the reigning champions, making it out alongside possibly Cloud9. Group B is going to be Longshu Gaming and Immortals. Group C, Royal Never Give Up as the number 1 seed and Samsung Galaxy as the number 2 seed. And finally, in Group D is going to be TSM and World Elite. Those are my predictions. Go ahead and let me know what you guys have put down in the comment section below. I know you guys, I don't know if any of you guys are super big fans of Worlds, but if you are, go ahead and let me know, and let's have a chat about it, and we can definitely talk about the bracket. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. And if you want more Grab the Lantern content, go ahead and check out my blog, www.grabthelantern.com. It's a Tumblr blog. So you can go ahead and check that out, and I upload articles each and every single day for you guys to enjoy. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will talk to you all later.